Welcome to the Round 18 preview. It's George from Fantasy Take TV. This week, I haven't been doing videos before the weekend, but I figured this week, a lot of carnage that a lot of people have really copped it pretty bad this week. Myself, not too bad. Considering I have the fraud Darcy Cameron, I have Tom Green, and I'm holding Dunkley, which I assume most people are. So these guys are pretty highly owned. So I've just copped. I don't have Lloyd or Sarong, so yeah, those two are definite holds in any scenario. Ridley is playing, but looked like he might miss, so he's listed. Probably worth setting an emergency just in case he's laid out, because they said he was an outside chance to play. I don't have Sheldrick. I don't have Dev Robertson, who I'm surprised. So it looks like Fletcher held over Dev Rob, which is interesting. And there must be, and I think bit of a rumour of Sicily ankle tweak or something, but he got through training fine according to Big Footy, or fully trained. So I don't know how much truth there is to a few Hawthorn rumours, but look out for any updates. But I haven't, nothing concrete there. So the tricky thing with probably DC more, I think we've received a timeline on Green, which is great from the Giants. Usually they've been terrible at injury reporting over the years, but with Green, they've said they expect 3 weeks. Given he's done the injury later in the week, that means, he has to play. I think it's in the next 15 days, the Giants have 3 games. So I can't see him playing any of them, given the hamstring strain. As a bug goes past me, but and I think it's about 22 days. They have 4 games in, so they said 3 weeks they expect him, so I think it's definitely at least 3, outside chance for 4. So always kind of hard to predict these things, but at least we got a timeline. But we'll get to DC in a second. So I'd love to trade. I could fill Johnson for 3 to 4 weeks, or say 3 weeks, and save the trade, but then I won't have much money to get DC up to anyone good. I'm probably thinking of Ben Hobbs at this stage, but honestly, I don't even know what my trades are, and I have to leave the house in about an hour, so I have to get something done within the next hour, and I honestly don't know what I'm going to do, so yeah, I'm not too sure. In terms of cheap, we'll get to Darcy Cameron. So this guy, just something very fraudulent about this pick, just doesn't tap well, and very injury prone this year, and limited preseason, and now he's out with back issue. So he had a hip cork the other day, or during the game apparently, but now he's got a back issue. So the back issue happened during the game, and then Wednesday night they basically said he was no chance to play, but they gave him a fitness test the next day anyway, and then it was announced that he's going to miss. He got carried off on a golf cart. Man could not walk, apparently. Well, you would think, unless he was lazy as hell. It's not like that P Diddy clip on Dave Chappelle, where because he's so rich, he's lazy, he doesn't walk around, so they just carry him around everywhere because he's rich. But I don't know why I brought that up, but yeah, you would think that he couldn't walk for him to get carried off on a golf cart, so that's not great. I don't know. This is annoying because I don't understand the nature of the injury. I don't know the timeline. I dare say that when he comes back, it might be on limited minutes. He could be subbed. As they have Cox, they could put him more forward. He could be out for more weeks. The possibilities are endless. I'm going to trade him because I can't stand this pick, and I traded him in twice. It's one thing to get screwed by unlucky stuff, but it's another to get screwed by... this is not unlucky. He's a fraud. I deserve... Trade him in twice. I deserve it. But it's getting screwed by... Not screwed. Getting finessed. I don't know if that's the right word. Trading in a fraud twice and getting burnt by him twice is very frustrating. It is what it is. But yeah, I'd rather get beaten by bad luck than what you know. So yeah, I got beaten by what I know here. And similar with Green, I had a few disagreements on Twitter, but this is a third, I guess fourth if you want to include his rookie year. He's never finished a season well. Did a hamstring, then he had to get managed last year, then he did the hamstring again this year. So form dipped as well. So it's a tough ask at AFL level to play a full season at an elite level. You're going to have down games here and there, but it's now a trend with Green, and he's still very young. He's going to be a great player, but at the end of the day, I'm stuck with an injury in this game, and we need the best of the best in this game. It's just how it works. So very annoying, very, very frustrating. Like, fine for fantasy, but Supercoach, it's left a lot of people in a bad spot. And yeah, those who flipped him at the bye would be laughing pretty hard. So good move that was. So where do we go from here? I use team sheets. I don't think I'll go through team sheets. It's just not worth me dribbling for 15 minutes on that. But I think Himmelberg, they've got Keith out, so hopefully Keith's out with the hamstring. He's been playing forward, so Himmelberg's listed down back, so hopefully he just plays there. Yeah, they just refused to put him down forward when they've had multiple chances to do so. But yeah, I think they got Daniels in this week or something, extra forward. Although no, I think they got. I should probably check. Daniels in for O'Halloran. So, Stone's the tall. Okay, that's good. Okay, Himmelberg should be fine because Stone's a forward. He can play tall, so that's good. So I think Himmelberg is safe for this week. You would think so. No Saligo should benefit Keys a little bit. The Crows probably need to change some things up. Dunkley expected to be back next week, so hold and fingers crossed no re-injuring, because a few guys this year that have never done soft tissue, like Took, Oliver and Dunkley, have all done one, so it's pretty a bit new to them. So fingers crossed they can recover properly and not go for runs straight away like poor Clary at the moment. So yeah, what do we do here? I honestly don't know. So in terms of cheap options, so let's do forward and let's do 500k, 520, 530, why not? So Cogs is probably my preferred. I just trust him more. He's another one that's never played 22 and has played everyone this year, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's managed for a game. That's just how it is historically. But yeah, Bolton's in good form. West Coast this week. You could definitely go there. Their new coach likes him in the midfield. Clearly, he can have some really bad games, but we saw, I think, 2021 with moderate CBAs, he actually scored okay in the first half of the year. So now with higher mid-time, whatever, 60, 70%, whatever it is, if it actually is that, it could be a very good pick. So don't mind it. Probably prefer Cogs just a bit more. Done it way more times. And yeah, I've a bit of bad trade in Shea Bolton for like a 70 average like last month of a few years ago. So, but yeah, different role now, so it's okay. Zeeble, I think, will play key position this week, so no. Sheasel could be okay for his price, but pretty, that's the price range. You got Charlie Curnow, you got Finlayson Jackson. I think their roles aren't traditionally good enough, so I'll probably pass, but like they've been okay. They're averaging 90 and not incredible roles, so Taryn's got a court case, but yeah, you could do worse than Taron Thomas, I think. Hawthorn this week. Jezza for 395, apparently carried a bit of a shoulder issue, and yeah, been horribly out of form. Maybe with the shoulder that affected that. Dylan Moore, I think I like Hobbs better. Let's check 3-round averages. So Flanders is right here, and I'm half tempted by Flanders, but I think if you look at the pick holistically, what does the midfield time look like under the new coach? Do they play him in the 22? I think they do, but I can't put my house on or anything, whereas, you could for like a Cogs, for example. Maybe not a few years ago, but you know what I mean. So that's a bit of an interesting one. Yeah, and they want Took more in the midfield, so it's a bit of a hard one. You got Hobbs. I think Hobbs will continue to be that 40-50% CBA mid. Looks like Parrish and Merritt are still the main mids, and then Cordwell, Hobbs, Perkins probably the next 3, unless I'm missing somebody. Liam Henry, probably not a wingman. Not really sure. You can get Lionel Messi. Grind Mize in his 100th. I think we'll see a big one from Lionel this week. It's actually 77 for a small forward. It's actually pretty good. So yeah, not relevant. You got Soldo playing this week. I think if there was 3 weeks to go, I'd probably go Soldo as a solo ruckman, but not with Nate coming back. You can't go there. So yeah, there are a few options. Who would I take here? I'll almost probably take Keys or Cogs, I think. I guess you take Cogs because you know the CBAs will be there. Heaney would have been a fun one, but he's actually 490. That's more expensive than I thought. I had that big one against West Coast. So I think the answer is, for me, it's Hobbs below the price or get up to Cogs, Shea or Keys. But yeah, Cogs should be the safest or the most known quantity. And then Tom Green, well, I think you just take your pick. I think the interesting one is where people are looking at, oh boy, Patrick Cripps, who I'm looking at. I just don't really want to own this guy ever again. I'm probably a bit harsh on Paddy, but I don't know. It's just things have never. He's never really been, apart from maybe 1 year, he's never been like a smooth own. It's been a bit up and down and niggles and stuff like that. So you could do worse than Paddy Cripps for sure. Like, I think it's important to look for plays that, you know, what they could do in terms of what their average is. You know, if the roll's there, Cripps could do 120 over the last 7 weeks. Do I think it'll happen? No, but it's like, it's not out of the realms. You could also do 80. You could also do 90. So, you know, whereas like some players are like no chance to do that. Like a Hobbs with 50% CBAs, he's not doing 110. It's like impossible just about. So, you know, maybe he just does 90. But, you know, if you can pick players with that upside of what they're capable of, you know, Cogs could easily do 105, 110 for the rest of the year. What's he priced at? Like 100-ish. Viney. Nah. Pendles, nah. Like Steele is one. Like Steele could do 110 on the run home. He's capable. Will he do it? I don't know. Has been a bit up and down. Old Steele. Paddy, I wouldn't go there. Just Geelong can rest their players and manage Tog, and yeah, no. Callum's locked out, but you know you could. He's probably the best one for that price. Again, thrown in defence, classic horse. And I think his score got saved by an intercept from a terrible kick from Treloar. But it was a tough matchup last night, so I still think he can do like a 95 plus for the rest of the year. There's like nothing. You got Hopscotch Hopper here, so there's literally nothing here. Wines like, I'm looking at cheaper. I'm looking at way too cheap. So if you go up a bit, should be a few better options. Like Anderson's good, Sarong's I'm not playing as good. Parrish is not really my style to pick because of the durability, but if you don't value durability as much, and there's only 7 games left, here's the 2 nice West Coast North back to back. That's one you could go for, but not my cup of tea. You can't go Jelly on the wing. Sam Walsh you could go. Very low time on ground. I think, they've had some easy wins. I probably don't trust Walsh super as much, but, you know, he limited preseason. Maybe he's looked better the past few weeks at least, but he needs a goal assist and score assist to score well. Took is one people are looking at. I'd probably opt for someone that's played fully, and he's got a high break even, so I'd go Anderson over Took purely just because of how this year's planned out. But all things equal, I'd go Anderson. So yeah, I think Anderson's a good option here if you can get to him. So there's a few options there. I honestly don't know what I'll do. I've got an hour to decide. Well, unless I want to, sit on my phone and try and decide, but no. So yeah, good luck this week. Hopefully, I think a lot of people are going to go down to 0. And if you do go down to 0, it's obviously not disaster, but it's obviously high chance it will be a disaster. But wouldn't stress too much about it just because it's out of your control now. You just pick your captains and you sit back and set your emergencies and chill. So no point trying to stress over things you can't control. But it's half the battle with stress. I think you can't really. It's hard to tame if you don't know how to. So yeah, I'll probably try not to stress about it, but I'll probably end up doing so. I think people will like me in cash leagues. I'm in 2. Like, do I play for cash leagues or just play for overall? And to be honest, I probably care a bit more about overall than cashies, but it is what it is. So that's all from me. Thanks for watching, and go Crom.